Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. We're going to talk about the holidays coming up and the 10 best bottles that we would bring to a family gathering. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Tuesday video, which is a little bit of a topical conversation about bottles that we would bring to family gatherings, thanks to a comment we received on a video a few weeks back from Chase Simmons. Shout out Chase. Said, coming up on the holidays, it would be fun to see your take on the best fun bottles to bring to family gatherings. We are whiskey nerds, but chances are most of your family isn't, which is a true statement. You want to bring quality, but you don't want to blow them out with proof. He said, I think it'd be cool to bring a Michter's 10. Look, Chase, if you're bringing a Michter's 10 bourbon or rye to your family gathering, that is an incredibly generous share. I also think it's a great choice. We didn't get a Michter's 10 bourbon or rye this year, so we're not going to have that in our list, but it's a great choice for sure. If you're new here, Erin is more of a social sipper. I'm more of a whiskey nerd. And what this group of 10 bottles is going to be a little bit of a mashup that encompasses all of our interests. So I'm more of a bourbon drinker. Erin is more of a rye drinker. I have definitely become more of a rye guy over the course of this year.
You like bourbon drinkers' ryes.
Yeah. And we're going to have a few American single malts in here as well.
Ooh, I've become a single malt fan, not just American single malt. So that is shown here.
So we're going to start with the ryes because rye is the holiday season drink. Then we're going to go to the American single malts, and then we'll finish out with the bourbons. And the last bottle on the list is one you're not going to want to miss. It is my favorite choice of this list.
Oh.
Maybe not my favorite, but it's definitely like price for value and everything.
Okay.
It's the top of the top if you can find one. So some of this stuff's going to be allocated. Some of it's going to be available. We're going to go all over the place in terms of price. We'll try to mention the price as we go through the list. However, I'm going to say right now the proof range is going to be skewed towards the lower end. So I think the lowest proof is 90. The highest proof is going to be like 106 and some change.
Which I think is really nice for family who may not be into whiskey like we are.
Yeah.
They typically don't like things that are super proofy.
Yeah. And what are you doing over here?
I'm clearing a glass.
Making a mess.
I'm clearing a glass so you can pour me what I know you're going to bring out soon.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. The very first bottle up, when we think about Christmas whiskey, there is a specific bottle that jumps to mind.
And that's what this glass is for.
And it is Angel's Envy Rye. This is the Christmas whiskey.
It tastes like Christmas in a bottle.
This is rye whiskey finished in Caribbean rum cask or Caribbean rum cask, if you're so inclined. This is 100 proof, 50% ABV, and this stuff is awesome. So let's go ahead and pour Erin some, and
just a little.
We'll share this glass through this video because I want a little splash of it as well. Even though you got a little water in there, it's going to water it down, but
that's okay. A lot of people water down their whiskey, especially if they're not like super into like high proof stuff. So I think that's apropos.
So this stuff right here is, go ahead and taste it. And honestly, like
nutmeg.
You can find this for like $80. It used to be $100 and then it went down to $90. Now I think it's down to $80. Crazy value for what you're getting. And honestly, this bottle is my family, one half of my family, one side of my family. It's their special bottle for Christmas gift. Like this exact bottle was a gift from one of my family members for a special occasion. This is their like Christmas whiskey.
This is nutmeg and cloves and like
maple pancakes.
Maple, nutmeg, cloves. Like when Josh talked to me about doing this video, this was my contribution. Because I don't remember a lot about what we drink, but I was like, Angel's Envy Rye, Christmas whiskey. Yeah. Put it in here. This is what's coming up. I knew it.
If you don't like really sweet things, you won't like this. And Erin doesn't really like really sweet things as well. This is a very mood pour for you.
It's a very specific holiday pour for me.
My goodness, that is literally just holiday spices and maple syrup. It's like wassail on the stove, like Christmas potpourri. Yeah. It's a little bit of orange, nutmeg, clove,
I'm not drinking
cinnamon.
This all throughout the year. I'm drinking this like now, this time of year.
Yeah.
Maybe up until New Year's, and then I'm done.
Yeah, this is probably the best bottle of this whole list, to be honest with you. Not the best bottle from a quality standpoint, but like for fitting the season, it doesn't get better than this. It literally tastes like Christmas to us.
Yeah.
So slide that over there. Let's go ahead and get into the next bottle. We're going to go ahead and keep the rye train rolling. And we're going to go ahead and bring out 3 bottles.
Ooh.
The next 3 bottles are going to all be Hard Truth. And we love Hard Truth. Anybody that watches the channel and knows the channel knows we love Hard Truth. What you're looking at right here is the High Road Rye. You're looking at the Double Oaked Rye. And then you're looking at a special release, which is, as of this year, the John Mellencamp collaboration of the French Oak Harvest Rye. So,
and if you are to only get one of these and bring one of these, I would suggest the High Road Rye.
Aaron would suggest that, and I would suggest trying to get this limited edition toasted French Oak Rye.
Well, this is easier to find.
Yes.
Less expensive.
Yes.
Just as good.
Yes. And honestly, of these, the one that's going to like resonate with your family the most is probably going to be the High Road Rye. It's 93 proof.
It is a bourbon drinker's rye.
50
People
bucks.
like sweet things.
Yeah, 50 bucks. It's got a ton of stuff going on, like flavor-wise. It's got a little bit of nutmeg. It's got a little bit of clove. It's got a little bit of like caramel sweetness in there as well. It is just, it's like generally like sweet. It's not very rye forward. Very much a bourbon drinker's rye.
Yep.
We love it. We love High Road Rye, and we've spoken about it many times. The Double Oaked is exactly what you would expect. You get the extra sweetness from the barrel influence, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
And then the Mellencamp release, which is 104 proof for the fall of 2024. This is going to be the hardest one of these to find, but if you can find it, boy, oh boy, the toasted French oak adds such a sweet and like baking spice element to the equation that I just absolutely love it.
Yeah.
We just got these bottles, but easily inclusions. And we talked about like what bottles, we saw Chase's comment, and we were like, what bottles will we bring for Christmas? No brainers. The Double Oaked is 106.9 proof, which is the highest proof of any, but it doesn't drink hot, nor does this 104.
This one's what, 93, 94?
93.
The high road, yeah.
Yep, 93. So all fantastic additions. Hard Truth is not in every market. We do realize that. We'd urge you to check out online retailers, or if you are really interested in these bottles, we have a Patreon community full of people who are nationwide, and people are helping people find things that they can't get in their own markets all the time. And we would encourage you to check out the link to our Patreon community, get plugged into our Discord through Patreon over there. And if you're looking for one of these specific bottles, you can post up that you're looking for it, and there's going to be somebody that's going to be willing to help you out. So that's a big benefit to our Patreon community. Also, that's where we release our barrel picks, which we did a Hard Truth barrel pick, which was one of the most amazing picks we've done.
Yeah.
I love that barrel.
We need to do an Angel's Envy pick. Do they do picks?
They do picks, yeah, but not ryes. I wish they did rye picks. That would be really cool. But yeah, check that out down in the video description below. Let's go ahead and move into the next bottles. And these are going to be our American single malts, which there's people out there that just love malt. And they love Scotch, and maybe they haven't tried a lot of American single malt. And I think the holidays are the perfect time to introduce them to it. So first up is going to be Cedar Ridge Quintessential. This stuff is so good. And we got introduced to this through Blind Barrels, which is a video sponsor, not of this video, but of some of our content.
Some of our videos,
and we love getting Blind Barrels boxes in every quarter. This is 92 proof, 46% ABV. It's absolutely incredible whiskey. Deep stone fruit balanced by a subtle peat finish. And I wouldn't even say it's very peaty, but boy, oh boy, it like.
And I do feel like if you have a family member that wants to start dabbling in Scotch.
Smell that. It just smells like straight up apricots.
It's good.
So good.
Introducing them to like a single malt, American single malt would be maybe like a good stepping stone to like a Scotch journey.
Yeah.
If that's something that they're interested in.
And I think you can get these for about $70, which I should say the Angel's Envy I did say was down to about $80 in a lot of markets. The High Road's $40. These two are going to run about 80-ish for the Double Oaked Rye and the Mellencamp release. And this is going to run about 60, 70, depending on your market. One thing, if I've ever learned from doing this channel for 3.5 years, is that market pricing is wildly different depending on your market. Here in Nashville, Tennessee, our prices skew towards the higher side. Sometimes things are lower in your market by 10% or more.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be very definitive about pricing. All we can speak to is
what we know,
what we experience.
Yeah.
So fantastic. The Cedar Ridge Quintessential. Next up is going to be 2 more American single malts.
Okay.
And we're going to go with a bottle that we absolutely love, and then a bottle that is very expensive, but a very special release, and we think it's worth including. So the first bottle up is going to be Westward, and these are both Westwards. This is the Vintner's Cuvée, and we got this earlier this year. It's 96 proof or 48% ABV. And this thing is crazy good. Like wine, it's got some wine finishing in it, I believe. I can't even remember all the details. I just remember we got it. We tasted it. We were like, wow. We tasted it as part of a live stream, and it was our favorite thing we tasted on the entire live stream.
Yeah.
It's jammy, fruity, rich, sweet, but it's got like enough of that like malty character. And then the other one is going to be Westward Milestone. Now, the Vintner's Cuvée is a $100 bottle. This is, I don't even, $250 or something like that. It's crazy.
So this is like, you got to really like your family for these.
Yeah.
But they have a place.
Well, Chase is bringing a Michter's 10-year, which those are $200 plus $200 plus bottles. So this thing, the cork on it, you could literally injure it. This is a self-defense bottle.
It is a self-defense mechanism.
Yeah, but the Milestone, I don't like Amberana, like that heavy cinnamon flavor, but this almost leans into that, but it doesn't quite get there. It's a little bit more like baked apples. We tried it on a recent live stream as well, and it was just like I could not get anything other than baked apples on it.
Yeah. Which is delicious.
Yeah, and it feels like the type of thing that if you're going to introduce your family, if you want a special bottle to buy for yourself, you want to splurge on something, but you also want to have something that other people find approachable with flavors like that they really enjoy.
Yeah.
The baked apples on this is just crazy. Apples, brown sugar, I mean sweetness. But yeah, both of these, I will say, of the two of these, as a whiskey nerd, I would rather drink the Vintner's Cuvée, personally speaking.
Okay.
I'd rather buy 2 or 3 of these bottles than one of these. But this is a very wild experience, and it could be something really fun to take to the family for the holidays.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and transition into the bourbons.
I'm probably going to drink all of this, by the way.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's what it's for. Okay. And then this is going to be a twofer, and
A BOGO.
it's going to be easy because honestly speaking, taking any kind of like allocated Buffalo Trace lower proof product to any kind of family gathering makes a splash.
Yeah. I suggested the Eagle Rare because I know about whiskey.
Yes. Blanton's is, I mean, there's so many people that want to try Blanton's that haven't ever got to try it because it's expensive and it's hard to find and all that stuff. It's up to $80 in our market now. But honestly, like both of these bottles, to me, they're the type of bottles you can take to a family gathering. People have kind of heard the name of it if they're even tangentially into the whiskey sphere. And they're bottles that, like, I don't drink these bottles with whiskey nerd friends. I only drink these bottles with people who aren't really whiskey nerds. And that's totally fine.
But know, like, about whiskey.
Right.
And I think anyone who's ever gotten into whiskey, like, even at all, has heard of Blanton's.
Yeah.
However, I might suggest Eagle Rare as a better alternative because if anyone's gotten into whiskey, they've undoubtedly tried to hunt Blanton's. So they probably have a bottle of Blanton's.
Yeah, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but like I don't want to poo-poo anybody that really loves these, that loves some of these other products as well. Like I'm not saying if you're a whiskey nerd, you're not going to like these. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that there's a lot of people who aren't whiskey nerds that have heard of these two brands, these two products, and they haven't got to try them. And when I'm hanging out with friends, I'm usually trying, like whiskey nerd friends, I'm trying like more off the wall stuff.
Yeah.
Because we've already tried these.
Right. But if we're hanging out with our family, either one of those would make a splash.
Right.
Because I bet a lot of like your siblings haven't gotten to try Blanton's, or like my siblings have gotten to try Blanton's.
The side of my family that does drink whiskey and drink at all, like they know these products. They just haven't got to try them very much. So for me, if I can get a Blanton's, and I would love to just like, this is the type of thing that I'll take to a family gathering and just leave the bottle with whoever enjoyed it the most. I'll be like, hey, you take this with you and enjoy it. And then it's like a great gift and they have that memory and everything. And it's fantastic for that. This Eagle Rare, you can see right down here, got the little sticker on it. This is a store pick. Eagle Rare is the choice for me between these two. I'd much rather drink Eagle Rare than Blanton's any day of the week, but you're probably going to, make your family a little bit happier if you have Blanton. Like some people,
If you leave a Blanton's, people
Right.
would like that.
that's harder to find. It's more expensive.
Yeah.
But
Eagle Rare is hard to find in some markets
I prefer
in the U.S.
I prefer Eagle Rare, especially if I can get a store pick. So this is a great choice. And then the last bottle of the bunch, which these
Is there
are
room for it? We got
yes,
room
there
for
is. These are bottles that came out this year that we got
It? Yep.
that we would actually take to family gatherings.
Mm-hmm.
So this last bottle up is, I think, the best bottle of the bunch to take, other than maybe the Angel's Envy
I mean,
Rye.
this is a 'tis the season bottle.
Yeah.
You have to, like, this is, you owe it to yourself to try this just this holiday season. Like, it's a holiday season bottle.
So this is Wild Turkey 101 8-year 70th anniversary. This is a special release for Jimmy Russell's 70th anniversary at Wild Turkey. It is a $50 bottle, which I believe, other than if you get Eagle Rare at retail for $40, it is the most inexpensive bottle on the entire list. That's $50 as well.
Oh, okay.
The High Road Rye is $50 as well. But this is one of the most inexpensive bottles on the list. It's findable if you get out there and look for it. It is a special release, but it is findable if you look. And again, you can tap into our Patreon community. I got 2 bottles of this through our Patreon community. Didn't get it from stores.
Okay.
Don't know if our stores even had it or not. I got it through our Patreon community. But this is a special product because it is a limited release item, but it is out there. And
Gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
exclusive to this year. It's exclusive to this window of time. You can probably still find it if you're out there looking for it. And it's really good. And I honestly think that even though it is 101 proof, you can throw it over ice for family members who don't want the proof punch. It's definitely not as abrasive as the standard 101. It's a little bit more mellowed out with that age. It's a little bit amped up on sweetness. I actually have a glass of it right here.
This was our warm-up pour today.
Yeah, and it's beautiful, beautiful bourbon. It's very sweet. And it's just, I mean, I would be hard pressed to think that there would be family members that wouldn't love this product right here. Yeah, so creamy, caramel heavy. It's just a beautiful glass of whiskey. And
So are we bringing all these to our family gathering?
we'll pick and choose based on our crowd.
Okay.
You know, honestly, I think the Angel's Envy Rye and the Wild Turkey 70th, they got to come with. And then between that, I'm going to probably bring one or both of these and just leave them with a family member. Family can't have this. I'm bringing this back home, but family can have these. And then these other ones, it just depends on what the crowd is. Like, do I know somebody that likes malt whiskey? I'll bring one of these 3.
Or do we know a Scotch drinker who we want to introduce to, like, the
Yeah.
single malt if they haven't had American single malts?
Like you would bring, if you had to pick, you'd bring the Angel's Envy, the High Road Rye, probably the Quintessential, because you really like that. And then you'd probably bring the Eagle Rare. I would bring Wild Turkey 101 70th, the Eagle Rare, the Vintner's Cuvée, and the Mellencamp and the Angel's Envy, because I go extra. So, yeah. But that's what we would bring. Chase, thank you so much for the incredible comment.
Thank you for the great comment. We love great, constructive, helpful comments. So if you have one of those, feel free to leave them below.
Yeah.
If you're mean,
And if you have a mean
go
comment,
away.
yeah, go kick rocks. Go take a long walk off a short pier. But yeah,
No, that's not nice. No, don't do that. Just
if you can swim, do that. If you can't swim, don't put
you can
yourself
just
in
like
danger.
click off and like just leave us alone.
Yeah, give us a thumbs down and then bounce.
No, don't give us a thumbs down. That
No,
will
it's
hurt.
engagement. It helps.
I know, but it still hurts my feelings. I don't care.
You don't look at our videos anyways.
I don't care though. If I'll just feel it.
All right. All right. Thank you for watching today. Hopefully this was fun. Leave what bottles you would bottle or bottles. Chase said he'd take a Michter's 10. We brought out 10. We'd be curious to see what you would take.
Ooh, I have a last edition.
What?
A Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye, if we had one.
Yeah.
If we had
that's
one.
a good one.
Those are hard to find.
It's a little bit more whiskey nerdy, but yeah,
But like it tastes so yummy.
it does.
So I'm going to add that one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Anything
Yeah.
else? Oh, check out. You can
can
see right here
Yeah.
this little logo, but on the back it says "Good People, Good Whiskey."
Yeah, we have merch.
And that's what the holidays are about. Good family, good whiskey.
stuffandwhiskey.com. You can find all of our merch. We also have some glassware. These whiskey glasses are on our website as well.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate you. Whoa.
Clanging and banging.
Sorry. I'm trying to
fine.
hide my whiskey down here.
You're fine.
Be good to each
Very
other.
family. Yeah, that's a family thing.
Hide my whiskey under the table. Be good to each other. And until next time,
Cheers.
Cheers.